I am a content strategist who did not post anything to Instagram. I think maybe a couple of stories actually, but who posted nothing to my Instagram feed and a handful of stories, if anything, for 2 whole weeks. And yet I still made sales. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to Mompreneur Mastery. I'm your host, Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist turned content and messaging strategist after watching the online space get louder, buyers take longer, and content turn into a performance instead of real connection. On this podcast, you'll learn how to clarify your message so your content actually stands out in a sea of copy and paste trends and AI noise. And also how to strategize your content across platforms to build the trust and connection that turns followers into clients. All in doable, brain space saving episodes you can fit in between school pickup and reheating your coffee for the third time. Let's dive in.
All right, to be so for real with you, Instagram used to be a really great place to make sales. And as I've been talking about over the past couple months, it has absolutely changed. And it feels really disingenuous to see lots of people saying it's still a great place to make sales. And I mean, you can, but it's not just Instagram, especially if you're a busy mom business owner who has a million other tabs open in your brain at all times. The time it takes to convert people on Instagram is not what it used to be. And if we only have so much time for marketing efforts, it's better spent elsewhere. So if you have the time and want to post on Instagram, it's really great for keeping up with current people. If you are already getting good reach, have access to trial reels, it can be great for visibility. But conversions alone as like the only strategy to get clients or sales for your business, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort that a lot of us just don't have. So that is why I did not feel bad about not posting anything for 2 whole weeks, even as a content strategist. I didn't do this as any like experiment. It just kind of happened. I had a really bad eye injury. I couldn't see out of one eye for a while. My kids switched from homeschool to public school, which is a huge transition. Transitions are really hard for my kids in general, but neurodivergent kids in particular. It's a big struggle, and it's something we're still working through. All the meetings for the registration process and like IEPs and all of that. It takes a lot of time. Plus, everyone in my family got sick at the same time and like we got like pink eye over here, and it's a lot. There was a lot going on, a lot of doctor's appointments, a lot of meetings, a lot of things. So Instagram absolutely took a backseat, as it should, right? Like Instagram is not the end all be all of marketing. And if I'm going to spend time at all on my business, it's not going to be there if I have very limited time. And it wasn't. Thankfully, I had like emails already scheduled and ready to go, so I could still bring in sales and things. I was caught up on my client work, which was really nice. So it didn't affect me that much other than not posting it on Instagram. And like I said, Instagram should not be the only place you market. In your whole marketing ecosystem, okay? Think about how you find people or attract people to you, and that doesn't have to be through Instagram. It can be through podcast guesting. It can be through participating in bundles or summits or other kind of collaborations. It could be through long form content like blogging, taking SEO into account there for visibility. There's a lot of different ways you can start with that first piece of getting people in your audience. It does not have to be Instagram. Where I'm at right now, I mainly use Instagram to continue conversations with people that are already there. I'm not interested in growing my account to some random number of followers or endlessly engaging and having DMs with the hope of getting a sale. Much more of my sales now are coming from email because that is what works for me in this stage of my life. And I feel like with my listeners being primarily mom business owners, you all really get that there are these seasons where a lot is just left by the wayside because of things like, your kids all get sick at the same time, or there's just a lot going on for like any other reason. Sports tournaments, holiday craziness, visiting families, any number of things. And it is okay to let some things go so you can focus on what you need to focus on, whether it's business related or whether it's like dirty dishes and like just using like single use like paper plates or something so you don't have to worry about dishes, or, letting the laundry pile up more than normal. It's fine. I remember when my family had just moved from South Carolina to Nebraska for my husband's job. He's in the Air Force, and I had a 2-year-old, a 9-month-old, maybe around there. And my husband had to go on had to go TDY, which it's not a deployment, but it's like he was gone for several months for training in another state and like another part of the country. And I had just moved to Nebraska. I had never been there before. I did not know anyone there. And it was me alone with my 2 kids under 2. And it sucked. It really sucked. And my friend sent me this really adorable care package. And while I remember all the really nice like self-care type of items that were in the care package, she also sent me a note in the package. And this was like 6 years ago, and this note still sticks with me. She wrote, "Just because you can do everything doesn't mean you have to." Because like, yes, we are all badasses who can do absolutely anything and like get through anything that life throws our way because we are that awesome. But you don't have to. Like, there are things you can just let slip if there's just a fuck ton going on, and that is fine. And it's not worth beating yourself up over, whether it's in business or it's in real life, like I said. And I think that as moms and as women, we feel a lot of pressure to keep everything together, especially for everyone else when we are like typically like the primary caregiver in charge of all the domestic labor and all of that. If that's you and you've ever felt super overwhelmed with everything on your plate, just shove some stuff off your plate. Switch to a paper plate so you don't have to wash it later. It's fine. Let some stuff go. You don't have to do it all. And if it makes it easier, spend less time on Instagram. Spend less time on your social media marketing. It's not that serious. If it's to the point where it's stressing you out and you have a million other things to do other than this, it's fine to let it go. You don't have to do it. Like, that's my whole job. And I didn't do it for weeks. And nothing fell apart. Nothing crazy happened. I didn't lose sales. My business didn't, it's not worse because of it. And that's fine. And at no point over the 2 weeks was I like, oh man, I really should be posting on Instagram. Because you have to remember, it's just social media. It's not that serious. Another really important thing to remember here is success looks different for everyone. And this is something I have to remind myself of too, especially when we see so many like income claims and things like that online where business owners are saying they'll help you reach certain income goals that just seem like really crazy and out there. For me, this is a part-time business. This is not what I do all day, every day. Like I am normally, well, I mean, things change now because my kids are in public school and I kind of don't know what to do with myself. But I am normally it was, I'm with my kids all day and this is just extra stuff. Success for me means being there for my family any and every time they need me without having to worry about work. So like when everyone was sick, I was able to take them to the doctor's appointment. I didn't have to, call out from work anywhere. I was able to take them to and from school every day without having to worry about being late or leaving early from a job. It's when I'm not feeling well, I can step back and say, you know what? I'm not going to respond to emails right now. I'm not going to share anything online or even show up on stories. And that's fine. That is success for me. And yes, I still managed to get sales, and that's not a brag. It's because I did plan ahead at least a little bit with my emails because that's where I know I get the most sales. So if I have time to focus on anything, that's where I'm going to be spending my efforts, especially because I can show up there while looking like an absolute mom goblin and no one will know. It is not quite that way showing up on stories or filming reels. I was still able to sell a new content map I made called What to Post When No One's Buying to help battle the crazy trust recession we're seeing right now that I've been talking about, where we need like so much more trust and connection with people. It's basically prompts for those. I was able to help members in my membership still. We did Voxer half day planning and messaging sessions, which was so amazing. I helped plan someone's entire month of content for them, emails, posts, and everything. So I was still getting stuff done, even though I wasn't showing up online, doing the things that really helped me because, like I said, those emails went out and I sold and people bought I had those emails scheduled and people bought the what to post when no one's buying content map. I was working helping the people in my membership get wins. So there was still stuff going on. I wasn't doing nothing, but Instagram, once again, is not the end all be all of your business or your marketing. Make sure that when you are spending time on your marketing, that you're spending it where it really matters. Take a look and see where your people are meeting you, where they're converting, and try and figure out what is your best strategy so you can make sure you're not wasting time on things that aren't helping. If it is Instagram, or, if you want it to be Instagram, you still enjoy posting there, but you are experiencing that trust recession I mentioned, I will put the link for the what to post when no one's buying content map in the show notes. If you are interested in finding the strategy that works for you, if that's something you need help with, I definitely recommend checking out my membership, Content to Clients. That's something I work on with you, and then along with your messaging and entire content strategy and plan. I really want you to remember that, just like my best friend said, just because you can do everything doesn't mean you have to. Pick what works for you and let go of the rest, even if it's just temporarily.
That's it for this episode of Mompreneur Mastery. If you're building a business around your life, not the other way around, and you're tired of being told to hustle harder to make sales when you're already hustling at 110%, I hope this gave you a breath of fresh air. And if it did, I would love it if you left a quick review or shared this with another mom entrepreneur who is ready to market with more strategy and way less stress. And if you want to see what a cohesive content map across multiple platforms with strategic messaging looks like, check out the link in the show notes to grab your free copy of the Buyer Journey Content Map. I'll see you next time.